What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the CubCast, our now daily news section we are running here on the channel, exploring different news stories surrounding international music and obviously the sort of side bits that go with that as well. A lot of discussion pieces going up at the moment, but we're trying to put at least one of these up every day during the week so that you guys can get involved in the channel and help us explore what's going on. As always, it's such a pleasure to be able to do this, so big up each and every one of the subscribers to the channel, and of course the new ones as well. If you're enjoying the content and you are new and you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do make sure you are getting involved by hitting the subscribe button. It makes a massive difference to the channel, and we are growing rapidly. The aim is to hit 60k within the next 2 months, and hopefully we can do that with your guys' help. The aim was originally to hit 50k by the end of the year. We've sailed past that, and now we are rapidly rising once again, which is absolutely crazy. Big up each and every one of you. I cannot thank you all enough. Now, we are going to get into a very exciting bit of conversation today. We're going to be breaking down a new album track listing that has been officially released surrounding a film that I am incredibly excited about, and that is of course Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. An official image has been released and an official video has been released detailing the entirety of the soundtrack, and we're going to be breaking that down today because there are a lot of artists that we have previously featured on the channel that are going to be involved in this that I cannot wait to get into. Some really big level names getting involved in it as well. Obviously we've seen a couple of bits announced already. We've obviously seen Thames' cover of No Woman No Cry. We've seen the official launch obviously of the Rihanna track on there as well, which is co-written by Thames. We've also seen of course the Amaray track as well. So I'm interested to see how all of this is going to be coming together, how the actual track listing is going to work, and we're going to break that down in regards to the collaborations we recognized as well. So it should be really cool. That's what we're going to be looking at today, and hopefully you do enjoy the breakdown. So let's jump into it. We do have the image on the right hand side. Opening up, we of course do have Lift Me Up by Rihanna. I was literally in a car on the way to football yesterday, and this played over the radio. No mention of Thames being involved, which I always find a little bit annoying. Obviously Thames is the lead writer on it, but that was a tune that does sound amazing. It's a tune that's captured the hearts of the world. I'm already seeing memes made about it. I'm already seeing kind of breakdown videos being made about it, and it's a very great tune for Rihanna to be returning to, and what an occasion. It is of course a lament to the late great Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace each and every time. Next we do see Love and Loyalty featuring DBN Gogo, Sino Masola, Camo Mfela, Young Stunner, and Basiswa as well. Really cool to see Basiswa involved on this album. I'm a big fan of Basiswa. I think she's very underrated on the kind of global scale of what's being represented within Afrobeats as a sound, so it's really cool to see her involved in this. I know she's involved somewhere else as well, but that's such a cool thing to see, man. That's such a cool thing to see. And again, I'm interested to see how that one will sound. Next on the listing then, Burna Boy with Alone. Again, very interested to see how this will sound in context to the rest of the film, how it will sound in general. Obviously, there's a lot of different areas they're going to be visiting in this. We're going to be visiting a lot of South American kind of influenced places, obviously with the sort of the Atlantean sort of approach, and obviously we're going to be looking at a kind of a modern look at Africa, which we tend to see with a lot of the Wakandan kind of architecture and technology and things like that. So it's going to be really cool to see how that fits in. We then see No Woman No Cry from Thames, again a track we have already reviewed on the channel. I don't want to go into this one too much because we have already broken it down, and you can check out our full review on the channel, and of course our reaction to the trailer where I first heard it and didn't even realize it was Thames. I was that blown away by how stunning it was as a vocal. Now this is where my pronunciation is probably going to go absolutely in the bin. Arboles Bajo el Mar, I think that's it, featuring Viva Quintana and Mare Adventia. I'm assuming that's going to be one of the tracks that we see. I'm assuming the more Latin name tracks are going to be the ones that are introducing or surrounding the Atlanteans and Namor more specifically, because that's the culture I feel they're going to be kind of replicating and re-representing. Obviously a South American style culture is what we've seen so far in the trailers, so that should be quite interesting. I'm not too up to date on what's going on in a lot of South American sounds at the moment, so it should be interesting to see how that sounds in context of the film. We then see Con La Brisa featuring Fodequish and Ludwig Göransson. I'm pretty sure Ludwig Göransson is a pretty established composer that has been involved in this soundtrack for a long period of time. He's involved in the first one as well, a lot of the sort of score writing. So again, an interesting one. We then see Snow the Product featuring E40 with La Vida. That should be really cool to see as well. Just the way that's titled, I imagine that could be an almost like modernizing look at what's going on at Atlantis. It's how they're kind of modernizing what's going on. That could be a cool thing to see. We then see an interlude from Stormzy, an addition I didn't expect to see, but another kind of big look, another very recognized global artist. The thing I like about this one, as so far as a track listing and what I've seen, is the first one is very Americanized. Lots of big American rappers involved. This, we're looking more at a lot of African artists, a lot of South American artists, and a UK artist as well, which is really interesting when you kind of break it down, considering a lot of Black Panther is actually filmed in the UK, the first one, which is really cool to see. We then see FIREBOY DML's involvement with Coming Back For You. Again, really cool to see FIREBOY DML involved. He's had a fantastic year, and this will just about top it off. Interesting to see how this track will go, and how it will be involved in the overall film as well. We then see Toby and Ckay and Fat and Ckay as well with They Want It But No. Again, artist I'm not familiar with, so I don't know too much about how this one's going to sound, but that should be, it sounds like it's going to be an interesting one. We then see, again, this one looks like a very difficult one to pronounce, so do bear with me. We see Layli Kuksa Anno 1 with Aden Meyer, Collectivo, Pat Boy, Yarlin Kuj, and All Maven Winnick. Again, I don't know too much about that. I don't know how it's going to sound, but again, it's obviously got quite a Latin kind of tint to it, especially with the X's and things like that, so I presume that's going to be a track that is used in and around the more Atlantean side of things. That's what I'd presume. We then see Limoncello from OG Davey featuring Future, a big feature for Future on this project. Very interesting indeed, and it's going to be cool to see that little dash of American influence in there as well, because we do know there is a big American influence in the Black Panther storyline. Obviously, with Killmonger being one of the being born in America and being an American trooper, so that should be interesting indeed. A lot of obviously the Avengers series and Black Panther in general, and the MCU in general is obviously based in the US. We then see Anya Miri from Ckay and Pink Pantheress, a collaboration I never thought I'd see, but that's a really interesting one. Ckay involved as well. We are looking at some of the biggest artists in and around Africa. Excluding Wiz and Davido, we've pretty much got like the majority of the biggest names now. This is absolutely crazy, but that should be really cool to see. We then see Wake Up, Bloody Civilian featuring REMA, who is also joined on Pantera by Alaman. So he has got 2 features on here. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting to see Rema featured twice. Obviously, he's had a fantastic year, but I suppose his sound, in a way, does kind of represent a lot of similar things to what we're going to be seeing in the sort of Wakandan ideals, the idea of modernizing and kind of digitalizing a lot of things, but still keeping a traditional kind of structure. That's what you kind of see in a lot of Wakandan architecture and things like that. So it's kind of cool to see Rema on there, as he sonically is quite synesthetic with a lot of the themes of the film. We then see Jelle, again, DBN Gogo, Sino Masola, Camo Mfela, Young Stunner, and Basiswa, again, their secondary feature on this. Very interesting indeed. Following on from that, we see Inframundo from Blue Rojo. Again, I presume another more sort of South American tinted sort of sound. We then see Mi Nombre from Ckay and Vida, Ckay X Vida and Fodaquish. Again, another interesting one. Another very interesting one indeed. And then we see Mi Pueblo from Guadalupe de Jesus and Shan Poot. So there we go. A very, very, very interesting soundtrack. The film is dropping on the 11th, on the 4th of... The soundtrack apparently is available from tomorrow, and we're going to probably be breaking down a couple of tracks on there. The film is going to be in cinemas, obviously, from the 11th of November. I'm going to be there on opening night, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. I'm going to take my camera down and grab a little bit of kind of immediate footage after the event. But there we go, guys. Let me know your thoughts on the soundtrack. Is there anyone you feel that's been left out? What tracks are you most excited to hear? What collaborations are you most excited to hear as well? And of course, let me know all your thoughts in the comments section down below. If you're new to the channel as well, make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on as well, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. Don't forget to check out the pull-up show, which is available from today. And yeah, there we go. Hopefully you have enjoyed, and we shall see you all next time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and peace.
Sounding so good right now. Man, they're sounding a bright and
Yes, it's Kovu. Stay locked.
CubCast TV. Your boy Slim Oldfit right here, and you're locked on to the best breakfast with man like Cole.
Yo, this is Aaron Glitch, and you're tuning to the sounds of Kovu right now. You already know the thing. Bad boy selector. Alright, let's go.